Good morning, gentlemen. I'm back with another session today, and this time I'm going to talk on something very close to us, that is the state of Maharashtra and the politics involved. Maharashtra, as you know, is the number one state in India economically and even socially. It's much ahead of states like, say, Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, and is a modern state. That's a fact. We can't deny that. But there have been certain developments here which show that everything is not honky dory in Maharashtra. And the latest thing which has happened is that the Maha or the M Maha Maha Vikas Aghadi party has been overthrown. It's been taken over by the a combination of the BJP and rebels from the Shiv Sena. Now this is something which was expected, and why it was expected, because the Shiv Sena had lost its moorings. Now, if you remember, Bala Saheb Thackeray was one of the great sons of Maharashtra, and he had formulated a policy which was based on Hindutva and anti Congressism. If you read his past writings, you will see he was always opposed to the Congress party right from the time of Indira Gandhi. In fact, right from the time when he launched the party in 1966, he used many unparliamentary words for the Congress party and similar parties and went along with the BJP every time. Till the election in 2019, and that is a time when his son Udhav Thackeray broke the convention, broke whatever his father had planned, and joined up with the people who were the opponents of the Shiv Sena for 5 decades, in particular the Congress party. What is his justification? I don't contest it. Everybody has to survive in politics. Probably he felt that's the best thing. But the net result was that the party lost its moorings. Now, that is the crucial point. And there was resentment in the BJP rank and file and even among the MLAs because they had been fed on a diet for almost 5 decades on anti Congress and NCP politics. And here is a man who held the legacy of Bala Saheb and went and joined his opponents. I don't know what justification he has got for it. He can have so many justifications. Everybody has a justification. He's got it also. But it's not so simple because such a thing was bound to happen because there were three antagonistic parties which joined together. Let's look at the NCP. I mean, it's a party without any raison d'etre. Why is it existing? Sharad Pawar, fine man, he broke from the Congress party on the issue that Sonia Gandhi is a foreigner. That's a fact. Yet, after he broke, he went and joined the Congress in every election. And it's also a fact that outside Maharashtra, I don't think his party ever won a single seat. Maybe one or two here and there. He was not a force anywhere outside Maharashtra. And even in Maharashtra, despite all the talk that he's the great Chanakya or whatever you call it, he never won an election single handed. He was always an ally of the Congress and was played second fiddle. And when there used to be a government of the Congress and the NCP in Maharashtra, the chief minister was always from the Congress. He also probably thought it's nice to fish in troubled waters because he had offered support to the Congress, to the BJP in the last elections, I think in 2014 or 15, and that time the BJP turned it down. The BJP at that time had 124 seats, the NCP had about 43, and Praful Patel, the NCP leader, had said, "We will support the BJP from outside." But BJP didn't accept the offer and joined up with the Shiv Sena. That was the mistake of Modi and Fadnavis, and they paid for it. They got stabbed, and at the crucial moment, the BG was thrown out. Now they have come back because this was something which was bound to happen. You can't mix oil and water, and the Shiv Sainiks, which have for 5 decades been opposing these NCP and the Congress, were asked to join them. So it was an alliance which was bound to fail, and it failed. Now, what of the future? It's something which is not so simple because the rebels have not left the Shiv Sena. They say we are still members of the Shiv Sena. We are part of the Shiv Sena. Fine. What next? But the majority are of the MLAs are with the breakaway group led by Eknath Shinde. He's a fine man. And let's not accept the fact that he was a rickshawala and all that. That's got irrelevant. I think Udhav Thackerey made such a comment. And then Mr. Modi also made a comment that dynastic politics are ending. I don't think Mr. Modi is really clear about the facts that dynasties have ruled history for 2000 years. Dynastic politics will never end. It's not ended in America. It's not ended anywhere. I don't find where it has ended. Even in America, it is the 6 to 7 top business houses from Rockefeller onwards which control America, lock, stock, and barrel. No American can be a president who is a pauper, who is a beggar. Can he become a president in America? No. So to talk of dynastic politics has no meaning. And even in India, if we look at India, we had the Mughal dynasty, the Maurya dynasty, the Gupta dynasty everywhere. I mean, you can't escape from it. Dynasties are always there and they'll continue. So let's put this particular bogey to rest. The next question which I have to answer is what of the future? Is the BJP going to gain in Maharashtra? I don't think so. Because the BJP is playing its cards wrong. And until they can win 150 seats on their own strength, I don't see any chance of them giving a stable government in India's economically number one state. In a house of 288, unless they have 150, and they never have that. Never had that. When they were in alliance with the Shiv Sena, they only won once. I think that was the time when Narayan Rane became chief minister, and earlier to that Manoj Joshi, both from the Shiv Sena, and the BJP had no major role in the Maharashtra government. Even when they started fighting together later, the BJP in the last election won 124, and the previous to that, I mean, just the one which has been held last time, just 106 seats. The way short of majority. So they depended on the Shiv Sena. Now, how trustworthy these rebels are going to be? Are they going to forsake everything, join the BJP? It's only possible if they win the party. Now, that is the crucial question. And it's going to be decided by the election commission. I can't decide it. But things are not so easy because these 40 men, if they have turned turncoat right now, where is the guarantee that next 6 months they won't turn coat again? And forget about the BJP. So all I can say is that there's instability ahead, and the Shiv Sena has got about 18 to 20 MPs in Parliament and the Rajya Sabha. What about them? The majority of them have not yet come out openly. There is some simmering talk going on, but they haven't come out against Udhav Thackerey. Udhav Thackerey is a nice man, but I think he miscalculated very badly, and by going with the NCP and the Congress. That's only going to harm him. And in case there's an election held after 6 months or a year, it will be very difficult for him to even win 60 seats, which he won last time, or 56, I think. What's he going to do? And in due course of time, if he continues trying to align with the Congress and the NCP, he'll become history. I mean, people say once upon a time there was a Shiv Sena. So he should be very careful. His best future is to make overtures back to Modi, get back with him. There's no other choice for him. In the bargain, the Shiv Sena suffers or whatever happens, I can't say. But this is what is the result here. Maharashtra is in a state of flux at the moment, politically. And when you are unstable politically, progress suffers. That is what is happening. The metro rail is one subject. There's a lot of discussion going on the car shed, which was earlier in RA colony, then shifted to Kanjurmarg, now shifted back there. All this is creating chaos. The police in Maharashtra has a lot to answer for. The commissioners of police, I used to visit the police headquarters very often when Mr. Rebello was the police commissioner. Wonderful man. We need men like him in the Bombay police, not like Mr. Paramveer Singh. Sad. But the news reports about him are not very good. And Udhav Thackerey must forget about ego. If you have to be part of the dynasty, you have no ego. That is the first thing. And Modi has to be a realistic man. Realistic in the sense, what's he looking forward to? Just coming to power in Maharashtra? That's got no meaning if you're not in majority. He should aim for power with 150 seats on its own. And if he can't win that, well, he'll have to lump it. There's no choice. Well, gentlemen, this is all that I have to say. Dynasties will exist. Number one, I don't think this government is going to last much longer. They are turncoats. This is part of Indian politics. Udhav is not going to be finished. He'll keep on fighting. Modi will keep on trying. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. Okay, gentlemen, I call a halt now. Goodbye. Please like my channel, share it, like it, subscribe, and have a good day. Jai Hind.